Welcome, everyone, to the Mod Squad Horror Show. I'm your host, Harley, as always, joined by the fabulous Brandon.
Hey, how's it going?
And we have the wonderful Felix joining us, too.
Hey,
Not feeling so
The
wonderful
wonderful,
today himself.
sickly Felix.
I'm sick.
Okay, let's start our show off with our sponsors. Guys, we have Straka Art. Go check him out. He is starting his Christmas horror pictures, and he is running a lot of Black Friday specials still.
Ooh, sweet.
And also go check out Skullectomy by Jolt 7 Studios. Guys, Lisa's awesome. Her skulls are one of a kind, not two the same. Go check her out. Okay, and we also have t-shirts. Guys, you guys got a couple days to order this shirt. This is our shirt
Yeah.
of the month. You have literally a couple days from the date
Yep.
this airs. So go ahead and order. Scan that QR code. We also have beanies, so just let us know what you want.
it's going to be December already.
Yeah,
know.
Friday is
Crazy.
December 1st. Okay, let's go to some horror news. From Bloody Disgusting, Cape Fear series for Nick. Oh, I don't even want to try to say that name.
Antosca?
Antosca, Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese to take
Scorsese? Martin Scorsese?
Oh, you guys want to make me laugh?
From Bloody Disgusting, Cape Fear series from Nick and Costa, Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese to take unconventional approach. You know what?
She said it all. Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, Cape Fear TV show. I mean, I remember the Robert De Niro one back in the day as a kid. Totally tripped out and how he held on to the bottom of that
He's
car.
such a creep in that.
Yeah.
Like, one scary dude, for sure. I don't know how you do a series out of it, but
They're turning
yes.
everything into a series, if you've
Yeah,
noticed
they
that.
really are. Yeah.
They said it may carry the true crime aspect part of it, so I don't know what they mean by that, but as of right now, there's a bidding war with all the major streamers.
Yeah.
From Bloody Disgusting, Babygirl, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Director restreams with A24 for erotic thriller starring Nicole Kidman. That just sounds like erotic with all the bodies in the title.
Oh, that's so what they're
Did
saying
you
is
see Bodies, Bodies?
is the movie
The
that they're
director's from
restreaming with the director from. Yeah. The new one is what was it called? Is the first
Baby
title on
Girl.
there.
Baby Girl.
That sounds like an erotic thriller. Yeah, it could be. I never watched Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. My
I was
daughter
just gonna ask you that.
She liked it, but I never watched it. So
It's gonna be Nicole Kidman where she gets with her intern, a younger intern, and
ooh,
shenanigans. So yeah, that's where
Nicole
the
Kidman
erotic
is
thriller.
the cougar in this one. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Check
and
that out.
it's A24 as well. And there's also I forget who else is starring, but there's another star attached as well.
From Bloody Disgusting, The Blackening 2 sequel to this year's horror comedy officially in the works.
Still haven't watched the first one, and I want to. I just haven't taken the time to watch it yet. But I've heard it's really funny.
It's funny for what it is. Me and my son, I think he won a free screening for it, so we went and saw it early before
cool.
it even premiered, and we laughed. It was okay. This the DMX part, the trailer, and then the movie gets me every time, man. When she's like, "That's just too DMX." Yeah, looking forward. So hopefully it becomes a French franchise because the whole what it's about, the killer. He's got like a weird concept with a game, so
Hmm.
I could see that going on for a couple movies.
Yeah, I might have to check out the first one.
Okay, so these next 3 articles all tie in together. So I'm going to show them and then we will discuss them.
Okay.
From Bloody Disgusting, Scream 7, Melissa. How do you say her last name?
Barrera.
Okay. From Bloody Disgusting, Scream 7, Melissa Barrera reportedly no longer starring in the franchise next installment. Also, Bloody Disgusting, Jenna Ortega not expected to return to Scream 7. Also, Scream 7 now reports sheds new light. Also, Scream 7 new report sheds light on the current plans.
So basically, current plans are they're going to have to scratch it all and start fresh. Basically, they lost their 2 leads.
Well, it was a
So-
conflict of interest. Like, it overlapped with Jenna Ortega doing Wednesday,
Yeah,
the filming
Wednesday,
time.
right?
So
hers
that's
was
understandable.
a scheduling issue, and then yeah, without getting too political with Melissa Barrera, that reason is complete and total bullshit, cancel culture nonsense. So
And like, didn't
I
they
agree
fire
with you.
her from the whole thing instead of her
Yeah.
choosing to go? So
yeah, they fired her over some tweets. So one of those issues. So basically, now they're gonna have they could just take the what they were gonna pay those 2 and pay Nev
Give it to
Campbell to come back.
exactly.
If
This
she'll
is-
even come back, they're gonna have to pony up now, because they screwed her in that last one, not wanting to pay her, and now they're gonna have to pay
And it
big
may
time if
she
they
may
want to get
take
her to come back.
she may take a hit by doing it, not standing with Melissa Barrera as well. So they're gonna have to make it good. But from what I hear, Scream 7 was supposed to be the last one. They were gonna have Nev Campbell and Patrick Wilson.
Patrick
Dempsey.
Dempsey is who they were
Yeah.
going after,
There,
reportedly going after
it
Patrick
was
Dempsey.
supposed to be. They were supposed to be in it already with their kids, and Melissa Barrera was coming back. And Jenna Ortega was basically going to be like a couple phone calls throughout the movie. Because of the Wednesday, they always knew she wasn't going to come back.
Mhm.
And they were hoping she was going to come back at least to throw in a couple of phone calls, I
Some
guess,
cameo. Yeah.
chat. But the rest of the core four was going to be in it. Shenanigans, Ghostface, and then Nev Campbell, and it was going to be, the worlds colliding. But when it was looking more likely like Jenna Ortega wasn't going to come back, I think that's when they made up a reason to fire Melissa Barrera. And they have the script already pretty much with Nev Campbell, so I think they're just going to flesh that out a little bit. And
You know what they need to do? They need to
Bring
do
back Matthew
what
Lillard.
they need to do what they did in the last one or the one before, or whatever, with the stab movies, and just go completely ultra meta and make a
something
ridiculous
completely different.
Scream movie one after another. Yeah, I'm honestly getting sick and tired of following groups of people from one movie to another. They should do different groups of people. I'm kind of glad. I mean, it
I
sucks,
see what you
but I'm
mean.
kind of glad that they're starting over from scratch with the script and not following the same people. I was getting kind of tired of that trend, honestly. Just go with a different cast every movie.
Every couple of movies or every movie, yeah.
Ghostface with a flamethrower, and follow the
Speaking of
stab
Part
movies.
Ghostface,
7,
Yeah, I
second
mean, at
Hell
this
comes.
point, we'll be lucky if Ghostface is even in the movie.
I know Brandon posted
Ghost-
in our chat, Ghostface not expected to.
That's hilarious. The memes that have come out of this have been
Oh
pretty good.
man,
I'm just saying, I don't know. I mean, I'm always curious to see what they're going to end up doing, especially Jenna Ortega. That's a big loss because she's a big crowd draw.
yeah,
Uh,
especially now.
fans like her. So Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
a
care
big
too
loss.
much for Sam Melissa Barrero's character in part
Yeah.
5, but I think she came in her own in part 6. I really liked her in
Mm-hmm.
part 6. I would honestly would like to see her continue, but we'll see what's up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they should just do like a hard reboot and have like a brand new Scream and don't have it, don't even bring back Nev. Just, start completely fresh with brand new people and a completely new story.
I like that idea.
Kind of like
Honestly,
what
it's
they
kind of the
kind of like
TV
what they
show.
did with the series, only do better. Because what I started watching the series and I couldn't do it. It was terrible, and I hated
I
that
thought
mask so much. It was so
I,
bad. They're
I
like,
thought
"Oh,
the
we have
first
to
one
do
was okay.
something different." It was shit.
I think it was a legality thing, though. That's why. But the first one I thought was okay. I couldn't stand the second season, and then the third season they brought the ghost mask back, but it was just something.
Yeah, I didn't even
Yeah.
try after. I didn't even finish the first season. It was terrible. I couldn't even.
My
I couldn't
kids,
get
my
into it at
kids
all.
love Scream and Saw. Speaking of which, Saw X is going on right now in the living room. But
Nice.
they're big Saw and Scream fans, so we're kind of excited for what's next. And this news hit us.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah. Me and my daughter, we love them, and yeah, we'll see.
Well, I'm a huge Scream fan, if you can't tell.
A little bit.
But I like the whole idea of scrapping it and starting it over. But I would like to see Matthew Lillard come back, but I don't know if that's
That's
possible.
true.
But he was a good Ghostface, and like there was
Yeah.
interviews with him where he said he wanted to come back because it
Mhm.
wasn't ever actually confirmed that he died.
He was supposed to
Right. It
come
would
back
be
for part
easy.
3, I think.
It
And
would be
then
easy to bring him back. Yeah.
and like with the whole how it started with him, it would be awesome since 7's supposed to be the
Sure.
end if it ended
Mhm.
with him. And like all those other ones, like the theory is that all the other Ghostface were led by him.
Right. Yeah, I've seen those theories before, and yeah, it's kind of a bummer that Melissa Barrera is not coming back because they could have ended it between her and her seeing her dad and Matthew Lillard, and they could have done something
Well,
cool with that. But
their mom, I think her name was Christina, was supposed to come back, and she was gonna tie into the killer in some way or another. Because you know how she was like
see,
the
that's
lingering thread in the past 2 movies, and that's where
yeah,
they were gonna make Nev Campbell's character and her clash because they were both. I don't know how
yeah.
that went, but long
See,
story
that's
short, so like I said, Nev Campbell's, what they're gonna do is what they had already written for part 7 is they're just gonna expand that into a full movie. So hopefully
yeah.
it's got all the beats and doesn't feel like it's a short movie stretched out because it was supposed to be part of a 2-part, not a 2-parter, but like the worlds colliding in this next one.
Okay, so let's move on to our trailer. It is Santa Isn't Real. And I hope what I said was right. This trailer is awesome.
I love the creepy old-timey Santa mask.
You've been in a coma for almost a year. We were beginning to lose hope.
But I didn't do it to myself.
Merry Christmas, Nick. I was actually gonna head up to MJ's cabin tomorrow. After everything that happened last year, it might be good to get out of town.
Why don't we all go to the cabin together?
We should get in the house. The snow's about to dump.
Well, are we gonna be okay?
We have enough food and booze for a lifetime.
Whoa. You can tell us what happened that night.
You probably won't believe me.
Oh, try me.
Somebody tried to kill me. It was Santa.
Santa Claus. Guys, Santa isn't real. And he doesn't wear a mask and go around killing people.
Tell everyone Santa
The real Santa.
is real.
I'm digging the voice.
Hell, Santa Claus is trying to kill us. As if a fat man in a silly red hat could decide whether we live or...
It's like some cheesy, good fun.
You guys know how we like the themed horror movies around here, and that's been a lot here lately. They've had a lot of really interesting looking holiday themed horror movies. So this one looks pretty good for it being a cheesy one.
We need more holiday themed horror. Where's the Earth Day horror and Arbor Day horror, and we need some that aren't as common. We need a good Easter horror, and
the funny
4th of July,
attacks.
got Uncle Sam. That's about it. I guess I know what you did last summer takes place during 4th of July, but I love a good holiday themed horror.
And Scream 7 also was supposed to, or still may take place around the Christmas holiday as well.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, time for some... Wrong one. Okay, time for some horror rewind. Nope. Okay, time for our urban legend / ghost story. Okay, this week, this one was brought to our attention by our sponsor, Lisa. And there's a story behind it, and I will tell you guys the story that she gave me permission to tell you after we show you the trailer for it. And I have a picture for it too. It is the trilogy of terror.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
love the trilogy of
curious. So you have seen this one before?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask you if you had, because I've never heard of it until
it's been a while, but yes, I definitely have.
Demonology, pornography, Satanism, voodoo, witchcraft. These books aren't just relics, Mr. Anmar. She uses them to capture the souls of others. My sister enjoys inflicting pain.
And here, I am. You drugged me last night, didn't you? Why did you do something this sick?
Do I make you nervous, Doctor?
No, dear. I've killed him.
Okay, that was our horror rewind. Okay, so this little creature right here, and what brought him up was on her desk, she has a little like figure of that head with like no body, but it's of that head on her desk. Okay. So she told me this story. She said she was about 9 years old and she used to sneak out of her room at midnight and watch horror movies. Well, one night this movie was on and none of her family knew that she snuck out at midnight in the living room to watch these horror movies. Well, this movie came on and it got to the part where the little creature was slicing the woman's feet up on the floor, where it'd run across the floor and it'd take the little knife and just start slicing her feet up. Well, after she got done watching that movie, she would not walk on the floor. So she jumped from the couch to the chair, from the chair to the table, from the table, and then leaped to the hallway. Okay. And then hauled ass to her bedroom. Okay, so the next day she told her older sister about this, okay? And she said at this time she was the little skinny sister and her sister was the more heavyset one. Well, her sister watched this movie. Somehow they found it a couple days later. this same movie. Well, her sister got terrified by that same little creature. Lisa said, "Could you imagine me trying to help my sister who kept falling onto the floor, jump from the couch to the chair to the table to the floor without touching the floor?" She said it was like doing the floor is lava, but her
Yeah,
sister
yeah.
kept falling on the floor. She said that she was terrified because of that little creature and would not walk on the floor for a while because of it.
That's so funny. I remember watching that when I was a kid because it's from the 70s, and so it was already pretty old when I watched it. But that little dude scared the shit out of me when I was little when I watched it. Yeah, he's a freaky little he's a Zuni fetish doll is what he is. It's from like a Mexican like Aztec or Incan or whatever
Kind of looks
mythology.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's a freaky little guy. That's
So
hilarious.
this little
yeah,
creature
yeah.
made it where she would not walk on the carpet, and she had nightmares because of this little creature. So she had to
Yeah.
walk from the floor, jump from the couch to the chair to the table, to like leap
That's
into
funny.
the hallway and haul ass to her bed.
That's so funny.
So guys, that horror rewind was brought to you by our sponsor, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa.
That's what's up.
Okay, so we're moving on to the urban legends and ghost stories. Okay, so I'm doing it this week on the Crybaby Bridge here in Ohio. It's this bridge right here.
I'm assuming you hear babies cry.
Well, the story is that a lady was pregnant and had her baby in a log cabin next to the bridge. The woman didn't want her baby, so she threw it over the bridge into the creek at midnight. The story is if you go to the bridge at midnight, you can hear the baby cry and watch the lady throw the baby into the creek. There's a rumor that some type of animal guards the creek, and it's said to be bigger than a man. And
So it's kind of like La Llorona with the whole baby that eats meat thing. The one I
yep.
told a while back, and a different ones all in one.
So I'm going to eventually go to this little bridge at midnight and see if I can see the woman throw the baby into the creek and hear the
Make sure
creek
you
baby
video
cry.
it.
Oh, I'm going to.
I thought it was just gonna be go and you hear that song playing "Cry Baby."
Like there's so much haunted stuff here in Ohio that it's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean Ohio is just one big decrepit haunted house, basically.
It really is.
The entire state should be torn down and rebuilt.
Well, I don't think that but it is pretty bad here.
That's just me talking shit about Ohio.
Okay, it's time for our horror movie trivia. Hey, I don't know if you guys remember, but I got a question for each of you, and the other person has a chance to answer that question. Okay, who would like to go first?
I'll go
Brother
first.
can go first.
Okay, what is the name of the hotel Jack Torrance is hired to take care of in The Shining?
Why does he get an
The
easy
Overlook.
one?
It's the Overlook.
Okay, Felix, your question. What is the real name of the Black Bridge in Insidious Chapter 2? You should know this one.
I'm glad I didn't get this one. I'm glad you gave me the easy one.
The Black Bridge?
No, it's Parker Crane.
How come Brandon didn't get a chance to steal?
Because we've got
I
very
didn't get a
little
chance
time
steal.
to.
Thanks a lot.
Because we got like a
I
few
totally would
minutes.
have got that too.
No, you wouldn't have, because you just said that you're glad that you didn't get it. Okay, guys, that is it for this episode of the Mod Squad Horror Show. Guys, go check out our community. This is where all the fun happens. We have giveaways. Everybody communicates there. And
it's true.
Go check out all of our other shows, Back to the Retro Review, the Daily Dank, and you're watching the horror show. Go check out the movie show and the gaming show. And we go live every Saturday night with a giveaway for Brandon, Felix, myself, and the entire Mod Squad. See you in your nightmares.
See ya.
Laters.